I'm Trinity Anderson, producer and narrator of Plog Vlog. My foster father and I travel to beautiful places. He does the plogging, I tell the stories. If the first 20 seconds look like we've plagiarized the Blair Witch Project, sorry in advance. That jittery torch on a bag strap, that's my foster father hiking before dawn, over 10 kilometres through scrub and creek crossings, trying to reach First Nations rock art at first light with nobody else around. No witches, no wendigos, not even a bunyip or a drop bear. Just cold water and puffing breath. Before we get into the story, when was the last time you did something that felt a bit ridiculous in the moment, but quietly worth it later? We're in Carnarvon Gorge, Queensland. Sandstone walls rising like old cathedrals. A creek stitched with stepping stones, and galleries of ochre stencils that speak across thousands of years. You'll see the litter pickup tucked into the walk. A few corners of plastic wedged in roots.
Stuff it.
An old rubber band left under tea tree shade. He's the one bending and bagging. I'm not behind the camera this time, because I'm on Team Sedentary. After that Team Sedentary episode, I made a decision. I'm not going to do every extreme thing my foster father wants to do for the sake of filming. This morning is a perfect example. He crossed streams in the dark to get here, and will end up walking close to 30 kilometres by the time he's done. I can't and won't spend every spare cent or all my energy chasing his extreme missions. Some trips I'll miss. He'll have to shoulder the filming for the energetic bits. I've brought Mum's diaries with me again to read in camp. The one open on my lap today is from 1993, the year she and her lifelong friend David travelled through the States. I found her journals in her room after she died, the pages freckled with old airport tags and a Polaroid of her grinning knee-deep in snow. Lately, old David has been adding detail where the pages go thin. He doesn't shut down now, unless I really push. 2 memory postcards before the mountain. At LAX, she wrote about drawing boundaries with a stranger who wanted a little too much friendliness on a long layover. In Denver, she marvelled at her first snow.
Let's see if there is any rubbish around here.
Like sifted sugar on a stair railing. Quiet foreshadowing
A gathering place.
for what came next. Ptarmigan Mountain, Silverthorne, Colorado. A storm shouldered in faster than expected. Visibility vanished. Instead of gambling on a featureless white, they stopped on the mountainside. They crawled in under David's scratched green army poncho and waited it out, shoulder to shoulder, breath steaming the nylon. Wind blew words out of my mouth, Mum wrote. So I read instead, by torch halo,
Can't see any rubbish.
a page,
That's pretty good.
and then another, to make the time hold still.
Litre almond milk. How many Ks we done? 11.34. Makes sense that the first bit of litre would be mine. And I'll pick up the rest. On the way back I saw a couple of pieces, not much though.
She was reading her little philosophy book again. In Norwegian, translated into English for David.
The second bit, if I can get it, it's right here. I gotta get back. Gotcha, you little shit. Here's another bit.
Democritus this time. Atoms and the void. Everything made of small, indivisible things. Dancing in empty space. Old David told me that he tried to listen. He really did. But the torch lit her face and the wind pressed them closer. And he kept clearing snow with his right hand to keep the air hole open. And there was this other weather inside him he didn't trust yet. He said he'd realized under that poncho that he was dangerously attracted to her. Not just the kind of admiration you have for a sharp mind and a brave set of choices, but the kind that refuses to be boxed up again. It was complicated. Claire, his ex-fiancée, had walked out in Hawaii after seeing Mum arrive. You might remember the story from a previous episode. He was still raw from that. Part of him wanted to swear off women entirely and focus on the journey. Part of him wanted to stay exactly where he was, counting the seconds between gusts and the warmth of her leg against his. Mum wrote, "He kept saying, 'We wait till we can see the town again, then we go.' He was calm in a way that didn't feel like pretending."
It doesn't grow here, it doesn't belong here.
Back in Carnarvon, the track tilts into the creek again. Mud cool underfoot, cycads holding their green-like secrets. My foster father moves quietly near the rock art. These places are old, and he is just a visitor. The camera stays respectful. Hands and symbols, ochres like breathed earth. If you've watched our Box Flat Memorial episode, you'll know what I mean about respect.
The art gallery's in there.
Places aren't bins, and memory isn't disposable. Old David told me something else that I didn't know. He has taken deliberate breaks from dating across his life. He stopped to train for his black belt. He stopped during travel adventures with Mum intermittently over many years, choosing competence and clarity over complication. And he stopped for what he calls his monastic period. 3 years in his late 20s when he studied his way into university. "Sometimes you have to withdraw to move," he said, looking off in the distance as we FaceTimed. He said it like it wasn't advice, just a memory. We talk a lot, old David and I, about what fills a life. He has studied psychology and sociology. I'm still deciding what to do with mine. What about you? Have you found what you want to do with your life? How do you find your meaning?
And unfortunately, yeah, you're right, it's getting worse.
Self-determination theory says humans need autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Oddly, Plogging ticks all three. You choose to be here. That's autonomy. You get visibly better at noticing and clearing. That's competence. And you're linked to people who walked before you and to whoever comes next. That's relatedness.
So we've been going 6.5 hours, 23.3 kilometres. And all we've picked up is that, well, obviously that cut was mine. So not too bad for over 20 kilometres. I'm calling this an oasis.
It's hunting and gathering with rubbish bags. Not grand, not algorithmic,
Hey, Gum.
but grounding.
I filmed myself picking up rubbish to encourage other people to do it. And I was just filming, just walked 23 Ks, and that's all I got. So this is pretty clean.
Attention is the scarce thing. Not oil, not data. Attention. Most of it gets siphoned into tiny rectangles lighting our faces at night. Imagine if we redirected even a slice of that toward repair. The way this gorge self-heals once the pressure of boots and hands eases. The way a place changes when the first hand reaches for the first dropped plastic straw. We reward the wrong behaviours publicly, and then wonder why the planet wears the bruises. Carnarvon has this way of making the modern feel brief. Stand in the hush near a wall of hand stencils, and your personal drama shrinks to size. At least that's what my foster father tells me. When Mum translated Democritus by torchlight, she was doing what humans have always done, using small ideas to outlast big weather. Picking up a few scraps on the way to the ancient art gallery is something equally small and stubborn. Both resist erosion. As the gorge brightens, I can admit something I don't always say aloud. I'm tired of pretending I love every part of this. The early alarms, the cold, the wet feet, that's my foster father's stuff. I want to keep telling these stories. I don't want to burn out trying to match someone else's stamina or willingness to stay poor. So I won't. My foster father can take the long, dark approaches when he needs to. I'll meet him where the light hits the cliff and the microphones behave. He thinks. He hopes. He got every piece of litter along nearly 30 kilometres today. 8 hours of picking and walking and filming. He also knows he can't keep coming back to keep it so. That's why, at the end of each episode, you'll hear this gentle ask from me. If you come to the places we show you, please pick up a few pieces. Help stop them retrashifying. In the pinned comment, there's a link to a map of my foster father's route. For you, if you are keen to keep this place litter-free. We'll leave Carnarvon as we found it, minus a partly filled bag of somebody else's decisions. Thanks for walking with us. Keep this place clean if you pass this way, and let the old walls keep speaking. That'll do.